Wike's immediate sack from office as negotiation for his replacement begins. My people, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been called to with immediate effect sack Nyesom Wike out of office. You will not believe this. This is currently happening as many has begun this very declaration. You will not believe this until you begin to hear this from this very program. Make una watch this very big program because this program really pass the message well as it's supposed to be. Make una listen, please, my people.
Be able to either comprehend or interpret what they mean, and that's why we bring experts in their various fields of study to give us a professional purview in most instances, where they share their experiences because they're in that field and enlighten us appropriately. If you understand what I'm talking about. Very big question. The question is, at what point did the corruption become this rooted that certain officials get positions without due diligence being done? We have the DSS, we have the NIA. Their job is to duly vet all those individuals occupying sensitive positions. Is it possible that they never knew, or has those secret agencies that are meant to ensure that due process is followed become politicized as well? Okay, so we'll be looking into that in the course of the conversation this evening. Meanwhile, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is asking for. Before that, they're asking President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to sack Nyesom Wike as well. There are talks of Tinubu must go, Wike must go because of the whole thing that happened with Naji. That's what a couple of Nigerians on social media are saying. We don't know how true or possible that will be. Now, there were talks that INEC staff mocked Yakubu while he was leaving, and they had to quickly respond by saying that that's not the truth, that no INEC staff mocked Yakubu. The former chief press secretary to Mahmoud Yakubu, the past chairman of INEC, Rotimi Yekomi, dismissed reports describing staff farewell chants as a funeral song because there were chants about his leaving, and some people said, okay, bye-bye, good riddance. If you notice recently, public officials, when they're leaving, you're hearing the civil servants exclaiming and being happy. Can you remember Bichi, former DSS boss? The same thing too, they were so happy when he was leaving. Can you remember in Kironye Georgia, the same thing too, when she was leaving, the civil service, they were so happy that she was leaving. You see them chanting, you see them expressing happiness for them to leave. So is it surprising that the same thing is happening with the recent dispatched or INEC chair who just left that office? Is it surprising to hear that the staff are happy that he has left? Well, Nigeria is a very funny country. Now, I want you to know something, though, that very currently President Tinubu is seeking Senate approval for fresh $2.3 billion loan. Now, that one, Mr. Lawal is laughing here. It's ridiculous, actually. He's asking the Senate to approve a new external borrowing plan totaling $2.3 billion. The fresh loan is aimed at supporting the implementation of the 2025 budget, refinancing maturing Eurobonds, and diversifying Nigeria's debt portfolio. The president's request was contained in a letter read on the floor of the Senate today at plenary by Senate President Godswill Akpabio. He explained that the new borrowing forms part of the $9.27 billion anticipated in the 2025 fiscal framework to finance the budget deficit, with $1.84 billion expected to come from external sources at an assumed exchange rate of $1,519. So Nigeria started asking the president, what have you done with the others that have been dispersed to you? What can you give us as a breakdown as to what you've utilized the money for that you're requesting for another loan? Others have said that this is the administration that has borrowed the most amongst every other administration that preceded this one. Well, we're calling Barrister Darlington via the telephone. Barrister Darlington has a counter perspective on the INEC chairman's order to be arrested. That is, former INEC chairman's order to be arrested. Barrister Fred Nzako said the media got it wrong because they are not legal practitioners to properly interpret it. According to Barrister Fred Nzako, he said Mahmoud Yakubu as a person is different from the INEC chair. So, in other words, if anybody is even to respond to questions concerning this, it could be Agbamuji, the person who was handed over to this, to respond to this court order, or that was supposed to be arrested. He gave an explanation. I think if I listen to the World News at 6, he gave his own legal perspective. Barrister Darlington is of the note that he disagrees with that. So let's listen to the angle of Barrister Darlington as to why he disagrees with what Barrister Fred Nzako said concerning the the legal implementation of the court order and how it doesn't ascribe to the former INEC chair, Mahmoud Yakub. Barrister Darlington would tell us precisely why he wholesomely disagrees and why he thinks that it is indeed Mahmoud Yakub that is to be arrested as ordered by the court. Then we'll also know eventually if indeed Mahmoud Yakub will be arrested. Barrister Darlington, good evening. Thank you for joining us in the evening rush. How are you?
Hi, sir. How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you for joining us today, sir.
It's my pleasure.
Barrister, we spoke earlier. You said you do not agree. You oppose what Barrister Fred Nzako said in describing and defining the court order of the former INEC chair. I'm sure you listened to the World News and his perspective to the whole ordeal, saying that media practitioners may not get it right because they are not legal practitioners to technically interpret what it means. So, what's your own counter perspective to this?
Yeah, Esther, thanks a lot. In the first place, Fred is my good friend. He's a senior lawyer, and he knows his own news. He's a good lawyer. And I have no reason to disagree or doubt what he said. But I have an opinion concerning what was said by the court.
Okay.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
The order was specific. The order of the court was specific. Somebody is representing that office, and that is INEC chairman Yakubu Mohammed. Is that not true?
Former INEC chair, sir. He's no longer the INEC chairman.
Yes, as at the time this order was made, he was there. He was there. So the order did not say INEC go and upload the name of the chairman of a political party. The order was specific that the INEC chairman Yakubu Mohammed go and do so and so. But this man flouted that court order. As a matter of fact, somebody is heading an institution. So when there is a responsibility, somebody must carry it out. Somebody is there. The court ordered that person to go and do so and so, and the person refused. It was at that point. It was at that point that the court now imposed this sanction or penalty in the order of contempt of court. So what we are talking about here is not a function. If the court has ordered INEC, go and upload these people's name on your website, and the former INEC chairman, which is Yakuma, did not do it for whatever reason until he left office. It's not the work of the new chairman of INEC to carry out this responsibility as ordered by the court. But that is not the case here. The case here is that the court has ordered the penalty, the contempt of court on a man's head. This man is carrying that contempt of court anywhere he goes. You cannot tell an incoming chairman of INEC to come and now bear the responsibility or the punishment of somebody else. It's not done. Nobody can do that. Nobody. And I have examples here. When the man that took over from Baratai came into office, Bafarawa, the chief of army staff, the National Assembly invited him to come and explain the money given to the former chief of army staff, Baratai. That man went back on the floor of the house and said, "Come, I just came into office. You didn't give me money. Why can't you go and ask Baratai who you gave money?" He blasted them and left that place. Nobody arrested him. Nobody said anything. Esther, we saw in Egypt when Mubarak, their former president, was brought on a stretcher with the oxygen mask inside the court to come and answer for what he did in office. Are you getting me? Now, when you are talking about functions official, let me equally break it down here. The judge that sentenced Odi Kalu to jail, when he finished his job as a judge, the federal government, by one of their agents, now told the same judge to go and bring Odi Kalu out of prison. was ordered to go and bring Ojikano out of prison and ask him to go on, I don't know whether he was to go on medical whatever. But the judge was ordered to bring him out. That was where some of us said, no, this is wrong.
Okay, Barrister Darlington. Okay, wait, hold on. But I don't want us to stray from this because we have other topics that I actually want you to shed more light into. The thing is this.
My dear listeners, in fact, if I tell you that all that has just been said here in this interview is nothing but the truth. Yes, and on your own part, if you want to be realistic and with what Esther, the interviewer, and Barrister Darlington, the interviewee, is saying, you will know that of a truth, with the way and the rate at which things are going in this country, with the rate at which this country is being managed, both by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the senator, and all the sectors under the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, with the rate at which things are being managed, I tell you, this country will surely and will definitely end up with nothing. This country will end up at nothing. It's already ending up at nothing now. What? Can't you see the way things are now in this very country? We are completely empty. 2 years and Nigeria is empty. And when you ask them, we will tell you that soon we'll be smiling. When are we going to be smiling? When 2.5 years in office, the country is at nothing. We don't have what we can be boast of. No wonder is the call and the negotiation for Wike's dismissal is already up. Even in the Senate, the discussion is on now, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been called as a matter of urgency. Dismiss Nyesom Wike because they don't know what value is adding to that very office. It's causing more destruction and more damage to that very office. I don't know the kind of people Tinubu is actually, keeping in office. My dear listeners, please let's share this video. Let everyone be aware of this injustice. Enough is enough. We cannot keep mute any longer. Keeping mute, I tell you, will cause more damage and more disaster. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not speaking from the moon like my comments section will always been saying. Yeah. Thank you.